We are in the beautiful Syracuse, and normally in a beautiful place like this you would go and visit town, which is lovely. We went in yesterday briefly, but alas, I'm still trying to sort out building the water maker, and I'm short of 2 small parts, and this is because of standards. Yeah, that standards are different. I know it's...
Isn't that the point of a standard?
Yeah, it's a nice thing about standards. There's so many of them. So anyway, my pump is from the United States. So they use a standard called NPT, National Pipe Thread, I think it is. And all the rest of the stuff I got is BSP, which I think is British Standard Pipe. Anyway, I've got to get something to convert between the pump and the rest of my system. And I couldn't find it in Malta. I've been struggling to find it on Amazon. So I'm hoping we might be able to find it here. So we're just going to go and have a wander around some hardware stores.
Like as if that would be a chore for him.
All right, come along. So we've got a new motor, and it goes really fast. Sort of hope we're on steady shot. Makes it really quick to get into shore, if you can hear me.
A bit fast!
Welcome aboard. We are Jude and Richard. We bought a boat, got married, said goodbye to family and friends and went sailing. We hope one day to sail the world, but right now we're exploring the spectacular Med as we build our sailing experience and develop Helios for crossing oceans. We'd love you to subscribe to our channel. It's free and it helps the channel grow. We're grateful to those who support us by joining the Sailing Helios crew. Crew get access to our episodes ad-free and enjoy lots of other exclusive content. To find out more, go to sailinghelios.com.
Ooh. So we've just tied up the dinghy. Where would we say this is? This is like the northwest corner of the Bay of Syracuse. There's a whole lot of piles protruding out into the sea, into the bay, like they were going to build a wharf. And there's a little shipyard up in the corner here, and we just asked the guys and they let us tie up on the wharf. So that's nice. Now hopefully we can get into town.
Really don't know where we're going. Looks like we're walking across Westland now.
Not the first time we've done this. It's always an adventure.
They're so little.
It's quite funny when you see people driving them because they're sitting in the, I was going to say practically sitting in the back of the car. No, they are literally sitting in the back of the car with their, shoulders up against the back window.
This way. So that's the door.
Yeah.
That's forward of the door. And this is after the door.
We could look on maps to see where we need to go, but...
Well, it would take some of the fun out of it, Benny.
Yes. We don't see any of those little cars in Australia, and I'm not quite sure why. I think that'd be quite cool. Obviously they're very popular here because the streets are quite narrow and parking spots can be hard to find.
You only need half a spot for one of them.
Yeah, in fact, you don't even need to put it parallel to the footpath. You can park it nose in, it still wouldn't poke out past the side of a car.
Actually square.
Yeah. All right, anyway. I think we may have to consult maps very soon.
Yeah. Although that looks like a cafe.
Okay, that'll do. Nearly there. It's starting to warm up. It's feeling like summer, isn't it, honey?
I was just thinking, definitely shorts and a t-shirt weather, but not for much longer because it gets too hot for t-shirts. Ingresso.
Ingresso. All too big, and I don't think they're stainless steel either.
All the shops close at siesta time, so we've got like an hour and a half to kill. What else do we do but get pizza and beer?
So we're back at Bob. No success really. Though we did get a steer to a place which is pneumatics and plumbing. So I think that's a good option, and they're open on Monday. And there's another one over this way as well, which is looking like a really good plumbing supply place, which again is open Monday. So it's Saturday, so we've got 2 days to wait. But that's okay. I think there's a couple of good options. So might be, well, just back to the boat now, but might just need to do a bit of a check through all of the fittings that I've got, anything that I think I might need, because I think from here on
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. So I want to make sure I leave Syracuse with everything that I need to finish the water maker.
We did get a good lunch.
Yeah.
At a nice cafe. And then we had to find a second cafe in the afternoon just to use the bathroom. But we really needed the bathroom after 2 cafes and a lunch and a beer and an extra cafe.
Yeah.
But now we're good to go.
La colina di Bosca, fragole, mescole locale.
Grazie.
1 chilo.
Okay. This is the Temple of Apollo. I read the other day that Sicily was the first province of the Roman Empire. This is the original Roman Empire. Well, first time they stepped out anyway. It's lovely, right in the middle of town to come across these ruins.
Qua è partito ora.
Apparently this is the final intact column of the original Greek temple from 600 BC. And then they built the rest of the cathedral on top of it, preserving what they could. It's hard to fathom, isn't it? You know what's really nice in Syracuse is that a lot of the souvenirs are made here. You can actually see them making them and then you buy it and you can even order things. Helios is doing fine. She stopped rocking at least. This is gelato con brioche. What have I got, honey? Strawberry and mango?
Strawberry and mandarin, and I have mango and tiramisu. It's all part of the dime.
But it's great. It's time for us to leave the beautiful Syracuse. It's a lovely morning. Lovely sunshine, bit of a breeze. Not sure how long we'll be sailing for today. I'll have to ask the skipper. Honey,
Yeah.
how long will we be sailing for?
About 3.5 hours.
See that? 3.5. Very nice. It's about 10 a.m. I think. So maybe we'll have lunch underway.
Hopefully we can get to somewhere where the water's not brown. Yes. No, I still don't think it'll be warm. Oh, we're having to move. There's a big sort of west-southwest, I think, would be the direction. And in a couple of days, we could have waves coming through the entrance of the Syracuse harbour there of about 1.5 metres. So we need to find somewhere else. Otherwise, this is just going to be very unpleasant.
And anyway, I'm keen to get up to Taormina. We haven't been there yet. Hopefully, it'll be calm enough for us to anchor and have a little visit. Lovely morning to knit a baby jumper. Just sent Richard down to make coffee. I can totally make coffee, but he makes it better. But I tell him it makes it better. It makes him happy and it makes him make me coffee. Honey.
Nearly there. Been motor sailing for, I don't know, maybe nearly 4 hours. And we're just going to tuck around this point here. The weather seems to be pretty much what was being forecast. Swell's a bit confused at the moment. But it appears to be coming in at the angle on our quarter. So when we tuck around here into Brucoli, we should get out of all the slop, and then as the wind builds from the south, the wave's going to build from the south, it should blow straight past this point, and hopefully we are going to have a calm day and a half while this weather blows through.
Do you want to visit?
È bastato un solo giorno e mi sentivo a casa mia. Nel profondo poi ho scoperto che ero sempre stato tu. Mi hai avvolto in un incanto che non
Good morning.
Hello,
We're off to Taormina.
Taormina this morning on Sicily's east coast, just at the base of the Messina Strait.
So,
So I'm very excited to get to Taormina.
yes, we've been trying to do this for a couple of years. It's not easy because you can just get some rough weather through the straits. There's always a bit of a swell that comes through from the straits. So hopefully, well, we've just experienced 2 days of not very pleasant weather, but I think we'd sort of most of it. Got a little hiding hole here at Brucoli. Yesterday afternoon was pretty shit. We got a northerly we weren't expecting, up to probably about 25 knots, but it calmed down and we had a nice sleep overnight.
Yeah, I spent the afternoon with anti-nausea tablets in bed.
Yeah.
It's pretty yuck. How long are we sailing today, honey?
6 hours is the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what time is it? About 10 a.m.?
Yeah, it's not quite 10. We left at
Okay.
9:40.
Okay.
So we'll just head over to the west here a little bit, get close to the land. I want to get out from under the headland while we're setting the sail because never quite know where the wind is, and you could end up just driving straight at the land on a wind hold. Just along the coast here, we've got Mount Etna, and I think that really affects the weather that you get around here as well. I mean, you can see a massive cloud build up around it. You know, there's a lot of air that always has to move around it, so that sort of can create its own little weather patterns, which don't really show up on the forecast as well. That's just my humble opinion of what I've seen the last few days. So we've got anywhere from about 15 to 20 knots at the moment, which is a lot more than I think we should. And it could just be air getting squeezed in this side of Etna, that we get a bit of a funnel effect coming down through here. Maybe when we get a bit further north, we'll get a bit of a wind shadow from Etna and we won't have much at all. So we're coming close to the coast, just trying to get out of the worst of this wave. We've still got about 19, 20 knots of true wind. So we're going to put the main up with 2 reefs in. So I'll go up forward and pull like normal. You can take the main halyard in, and then as we do, all of our reefing lines are going to be flapping at the leech. So got the first and the third here, second reef over here. You're just going to need to make sure that those are, you know, you sort of keep them reasonably tight.
Yep.
The second is what we're going to be winding on. The first thing is to get the main up to the second reef point, and then we can wind down the reef from there.
Darling, I might put a headset on.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what we're doing with these reefs. He's explained it to me already. Just in case I stuff up, I want headsets on. So he can tell me I'm stuffing up. It's on, baby. I can't do anymore.
Just think.
One second, right?
What happened there was the second reef managed to create a loop and then put a bow through it, and so like tied a knot, it wouldn't come through the eye, and then the second time it got jammed, the line came through the friction ring, which pulls the sail down.
Yep.
It got jammed between the friction ring and the thimble on the mast. Don't know why.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's why it was just basically jamming, wouldn't come through. Okay, so let's tidy this up.
Yep.
Put some bang on,
Yep.
And then we'll bear away and might get a little bit of heady out too. And then we can start sailing. That's a bit nicer. We've got 2 reefs in the main, 2 reefs in the heady. Got an apparent at about 60 and it's blowing about 18. And we're doing 6 knots. So it's faster than we were under motor. They're just being a little bit conservative with the sail plan because I have no idea what's going to come off the bottom of Etna as we sort of get up close to Catania, which is the capital of Sicily, by the way, but we're not going to stop there. So the forecast is for the wind to ease.
Good.
But the forecast was not for this amount of wind either.
Good.
But looking over my right shoulder, there are a lot of windmills, which would sort of indicate to me this is a bit of a wind tunnel through here.
Big turbines.
Yeah. Yeah, wind turbines, sorry, not windmills. Wind turbines. As somebody once wisely said, where you see wind turbines, it's guaranteed to be windy.
I think my time be time for morning coffee, honey.
I think so. It's interesting now that we're closer into shore. We're probably about 1.5 nautical miles off the beach. We haven't got as much wave coming from the wind, but what we do have is the forecast swell coming in, which looks to be probably 0.6, 0.7 of a metre. So that's the bit that we're going to have to try and hide from tonight when we get up to Taormina. Otherwise our night's going to be very uncomfortable.
It's ready to go away.
Well, we've had an interesting 20 minutes. The wind's gone from southwest to northeast. And gone from about 20 knots down to about 7. So unfilled the Genoa completely, still got 2 reefs in the main, which is well over reef, but who knows what's going to happen next. So we will just leave it there for a little bit and see what happens. Yeah. Wind's just changed 30 degrees. Yeah. And gone from 11 knots to 3.8. And in fact, the wind has gone round. So the wind's gone from 65 to about 25 to 75, now to 65.
What direction?
Yeah, wind direction. So she's all over the place. Needless to say, it's a little bit difficult to make any progress in this. We might stick the motor back on for an hour and see how we go. See if we get some more consistent wind. Or I can just threaten to do that and then the wind will come up. So we're now back to 9 knots at 62. So all of that's in a matter of about 2 minutes. We're missing a sail batten. So I think when we put up the mainsail this morning with all the flapping, it's ejected the sail batten out the back. So when I put them in Tunisia, I can't have got the Velcro to hold properly in the pocket to hold it in, and so with the flapping and the strong wind, it's just chucked it out. So there's either two possibilities. One is over the side, or the other is it's landed in the stack pack somewhere and it's wrapped up in the sail. I'm hoping it's the latter. We do actually fortunately have some spare sail battens. Yeah, I don't think it's in the sail bag. So we're about 10 nautical miles off Taormina now. I've never been there before. I believe there's part of it up on the hills, so it might be just there.
What?
It's a shark.
Oh, look at honey. Huh, I didn't think I've ever seen a shark. Look at him. Huh. We're actually just looking at this weird water. Goes from dark to light so suddenly, and then a shark pops up. He's following us.
Got a river just on our port side here with all the heavy rain. It's obviously discharging a lot of fresh water and silt, which is why we've got the discoloration of the water here. We've just got to be careful. We're seeing a lot of logs in the water today. Most of it, you know, not, I wouldn't say is like, you know, trees. It's processed wood. It's posts, and you know, there is a bit of tree debris and stuff, but there's offcuts, there's stumps, there's all sorts of stuff. Thankfully, we haven't gone over the top of one. It's getting quite a strong, it's getting quite a strong northwester at the moment. This that valley, I think, is just a funnel. Anyway, we're nearly at Taormina. Pop around the corner here and see whether it is going to be okay for us to anchor. So we're here and we seem to be out of the swell, which is good because the forecast is for the swell to rotate further to the south. So this will only get better and the swell will die down. So it looks like we are on for a visit to Taormina tomorrow. And just we just met in It's a Small World. There's Karen and Darren who we met in Tunisia. When did we meet them? Was it last?
2 winters ago.
2 winters ago, yes. Beautiful. It's a beautiful paint job they had done in Tunisia,
Yes.
and the boat just looks smashing.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Welcome. I see someone we beat you. So we're on the wharf just near them in Monastir, winter before last, and they brought the boat back from being hauled out where it was painted, and it was like a mirror.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you remember?
beautiful.
Really beautiful.
Weren't they actually in our spot when we were up on the hard?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And we were out for like 4 weeks or something.
Yes, that's
They
right.
took our spot. That's right. And then they left by the time we got back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The colour is beautiful. It's like pearly. It goes darker green in some light and then it goes light green. Oh, good to see someone we know.